Hey, what's up, guys? This is Nathan.
This is Dan.
We're from Don't Believe in Ghosts, and thank you for listening to the Brutally Honest podcast.
No, the delicious.
Brutally delicious podcast. Hey, Riina. Hey, Bruce.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, guys.
Hey, guys.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for taking.
Steve Nathan. This is Dan.
Thanks for taking the time. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Where you guys at? It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice. We're outside here at my apartment, so we're in New York City.
Oh, New York City. Okay, I'm originally from Long Island.
Oh, me too.
Really?
Very cool.
Valley Stream.
I'm from Wantagh.
Okay.
I'm currently in Seaford.
You guys are like, isn't that almost the same train line?
Yeah. So my sister lives in Bethpage. She's probably on the northern line. Yeah. I used to take the train in from the Babylon line all the way into Penn Station every day to work.
Oh, awesome.
Anyway,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Riina's in Finland. She knows nothing of what we're talking about. So
Okay.
That's okay. That's okay.
So anyway, for those not familiar with your band, could you guys give us the 2-second? Oh, did we lose him?
Nope, we're here. We're here. Hold on. There
getting,
was a call coming in, but I had to.
No, that's fine. We've had internet troubles all morning, so I thought it was me again. Hopefully this one runs nice and smooth. Anyway, for those not familiar with your band, can you guys give us a 2-second boardroom pitch?
Well, we play alternative, indie, alt pop type music. We're from New York City, and we like to keep it positive and inspiring.
That's beautiful. That's less than two sentences. That worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
No one has ever actually made it under like 5-minute monologues.
Oh,
So,
really?
Well, that's it.
Very
If he left it to me, it might have been, but yeah, good.
It's Dan's version is it all started with Eddie Van Halen.
So as you're a busy guy, huh? Hey, so I was reading your bio, and as we're going to get into this, you guys were right on the brink of some big shows before this whole lockdown. How did you?
Right.
That must have been crushing. How did you deal with it, and what have you done to keep yourselves moving along?
Well, we've been doing a lot of internet content kind of stuff. We continued shooting music videos, putting those out, and just kind of keeping a presence online, just like everyone else has. So it was, definitely crushing to have to move this show back. I think we moved it back probably about 4 or 5 times, and it's going to be in September now, September 18th.
And it pushed off all the touring. It pushed off everything that was going on at the time. But and also, with it, we did some writing, finished recordings and stuff, and got a record deal, so it's like,
Can't complain too much.
so lining it all up, to kind of come back even harder this year,
Yeah, there was a point where we also rented out, we all got tested and went to a lake house to go retreat and spend the weekend just writing music, recording, and doing a live stream for our fans, which was a really fun time, and it was awesome. So,
was there ever a point after all those cancellations and after all this nonsense with no light at the end of the tunnel where you guys wanted to pack it in, or was that never an option?
No,
that's not an option. This isn't like something we choose. This is just who we are. We've seen so many, we both played in different bands together. He had another band, I had another band. We've seen so many people come and go through this, and
we're like the people who are standing still.
Yeah, we just keep going.
Yeah.
It's not no choice here.
Because literally, I think unless you have that opinion like you guys do, it could crush you.
Oh yeah,
I think there have been a lot of bands that have kind of folded and broken up during this whole thing.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to be in it for the long haul.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, it was just about dealing with the stuff we were dealing with, and then finding a way to not let that define everything, and sort of and maybe use it to inspire, or that's it.
And not to take it down a darker path, but even with a tragedy kind of that happened in the beginning of the pandemic, he lost his brother to the virus, and he took time obviously to grieve, but I had never seen anybody kind of bounce back and become even more motivated to move forward.
Right.
I think he kind of he channeled that energy into being even more motivated to move forward and with success,
Right.
And be
and
successful.
I think there's also, and I know it's not metal or what we usually talk about here, but still there's some sort of catharsis in putting it all out there, right?
100%. I mean, like, in any type of music that you're doing, whatever it is, it's all about like the genuineness of it comes out in, putting yourself out there. What I think what's different from like what we're doing. I mean, we have big metal backgrounds, you know what I mean? We have rock backgrounds. That's
Right.
there. A lot of that is in like what we do, but also, we're exploring new sounds. We're exploring
Sure.
new ways of expressing all of that. So, I mean, but yeah, 100%. And I mean, like, if anything, our show is probably, like live, it feels like it's a little bit more even like of a punk rock show than like, what I mean? It's like the songs are they get real raw live and we put a lot of emotion. So there's a lot in all of it.
Awesome. Riina?
Yeah, okay. First of all, throw a rock at that bird. And secondly,
You're not feeling it? You're not feeling it? Riina, come on.
I'm about love and light, trust me, but that bird needs to go.
It's interesting because I don't know which one you're talking about because I hear a lot of birds out here. There's a lot of them.
The one talking shit.
Yes, the one talking shit, right.
No, that's really interesting what you said about like you guys sounding really raw, even punk rock live, because the songs recorded on Spotify definitely are a much poppier sound. And I'm not saying this is like it's a bad thing. It's definitely not. But how does that like resonate with your fans, especially now, like through this pandemic? You said that you guys have been active doing all sorts of stuff, so probably you've gathered more listeners than how many you had before the pandemic. So do you think they're gonna be like, whoa, this shit ain't what I signed up for? Like when you guys
You mean live?
For the live show versus
People respond to energy. So like, if people are interested in the songs and they like the music, they respond to that live energy. So the thing we do bring live is that energy to the show. I don't think that's something that would have anybody say, oh, this is more energetic than I wanted.
I personally feel that a few of our songs, when we play them live, they're bigger. They're much bigger in person, to hear that. And we've, based on our reactions in the past for our live show, I think I would definitely not worry about something like that. I think people definitely respond to it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we can hold it down live. It's a good time.
So the writing for Solutions, right? That's the name of the record, Solutions. You guys are together. So are you writing like in the same room and the same vibe together, or is it you still taking advantage of technology?
So, we did a little bit of everything. I mean, this whole record had been written, I guess, over the course of 2 years, technically. Some of the stuff is from that long ago. So a lot of the time, him and I are in a room together. It's two people in a room at a time. Sometimes it'll be me and him. Sometimes it'll be him and the bass player, him and the drummer. There have been a few tracks where all of us were able to get together. And like I said, when we retreated to the lake house, we had, kind of a cool setup where we were able to demo songs live.
Even when we were on tour, actually, the last tour we did right before the world shut down, which was actually our first like tour that we had done, we had a day off and went in the hotel and we started Put Your Head Back, actually.
Oh, okay.
The most recent single.
Yeah, but there were a few tracks that we had worked on. I don't think for this record, probably for the upcoming record that we worked on over the pandemic from our own homes.
I think the what you guys are doing is like it's the old school way for sure, but I think it makes things more organic and more real. I think you can almost tell when people are, or it's a little more sterile when you're doing it all electronically and you're not giving the song room to bounce and grow as you're playing it off each other. I mean, Riina can probably tell you the same because she's in a band as well. I think that makes sense, right?
Yeah. And the thing is with what we do too, it's like there's such an evolution. Like we'll have a song and we'll work it for a while and go back and forth, and then we'll totally change it. Like before we're done, we're like, you know what, we played it, we worked it out, and we go, let's try something totally different now and keep what we really love about it, but why just throw it out there just because, you know?
Right. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think that definitely is a difference. What you got, Riina?
Yeah.
I got a huge desire to go pee, but no question.
All right, well, if you want to excuse yourself, I'll take it from here for a moment.
My
Cool.
favorite moment of the interview.
I think 10 more minutes, but it was just distracting me.
When you guys are writing, is there a message or something you want your fans to take away after listening to one of your records?
I mean, like lyrically and stuff like that. Like I think of like when I was a kid and how I felt like these songs were talking to me, you know, and they were like, there was no this other world that you're kind of like, you know, it was just like this thing where they were talking directly to me, you know, and that's what connected with me. So, you know, I guess like that's kind of like when I'm writing it, it's like I'm thinking of people who've been through similar things or you know, stuff like that, and I'm sort of putting it out there kind of, you know, for another, you know, younger version of ourselves who might hear it and it might lift them up or help them in some way.
Right. I think with the depending on from listener to listener and song to song, we're just hoping that it connects with them in some way, or they can relate to it, and they can perceive it in you know, more than one way too. You know, even if it's not the way that we intended,
Right.
We just hope it connects with them anyway.
So along those same lines, then, do you have any stories of emails or before the pandemic of people coming up to you and say, hey, this song or this performance connected with me and changed my life or affected me in some way?
For sure. I mean, so we played a show. We had a fan fly in from Chicago and to see us at a tour kickoff party in New York. And we played an acoustic version of Grown Up. And it was the first time we'd ever played this song. And you could feel like the whole room like felt like there was something happening at this moment while we were playing it. And she came up to us after and was like, that song is like, you know, really hit me. And then she had gotten the lyrics tattooed on herself, you know, before it's even, I mean, the song like hadn't even come out or anything like that. Right. So, you know, I think that's like, you know, stuff like that is, I mean, how's that not the coolest thing about being in a band, right?
Yeah.
And it's super humbling too, I imagine, because that's crazy to connect on that level.
Yeah, I mean, like for somebody to do that, I mean, it means that it's now a part of their life, you know, and that they've taken ownership of that in a way. And that's awesome. I mean, that's, you know, if we can create just a few things like that in life, I mean, that's dope.
That's success more so than any sort of monetary thing, even though monetary is great. But I think the connection and making a change in someone or affecting someone is definitely the end goal, probably, right?
Yeah. And the one thing I'll say about that too is like that moment, other moments like that, and all that we've been through over this last year and getting to this point and putting out this record, as far as I'm concerned, Solutions is a total success. You know, just having that out there is like, that's all I want. Whatever happens now, you know, if, you know, people love it, hate it, whatever that is, that's whatever. But like, to me, you know, this is done. I mean, the statement is made and it's there, you know, that's the success.
So I don't mean to play devil's out.
I'm sorry, I have to say something because that was like almost exactly the scene in Spinal Tap at the end of the movie where they're at the fucking rooftop talking about the album. Like, no, it's really good. We should do what was it like? The stripper or
Smell the glove.
It's coming up, right, guys? Totally.
Hey, listen.
Yes. I'd rather do the small venues than the big ones.
There is no lack of truth in Spinal Tap.
No, it resonates on every level.
There.
Yes, it resonates on, and I still watch it. I don't know how many years old that movie is, but it's still, and I still quote it 100 times a day.
I still reference and quote it at random
You
times.
have to. I mean, it is the essence of, I mean, and I see it like from the biggest bands to like everything. Like I see things that are just, you know, getting lost on the way to stage and like, just, I mean, these are.
How much more blacker? How much more blacker could it be? Right? The answer is none blacker. Yep. So anyway, I was going to say, I don't mean to play devil's advocate here, but I know you say it's a success if it's out there no matter what, but on some level, you still have to be sort of, I don't know what the word is, maybe feeling vulnerable or nervous that you're putting it out. Is that right or no? Because it is your baby.
The night before.
Yeah.
The night before, for sure, for me. I mean, I get nervous. I put it out, but then but here's the thing. I mean, like the day it's like coming out, we're sitting here tracking guitars for new songs that we have coming.
Right.
Like we're like in the we're because we write so much and we're almost like writing constantly that like
we're always excited about the new stuff, even though we know that we should, be concentrating on our current release,
so
which we are. But at the same time, we're very excited always to get the new stuff out, which might not be heard until maybe even a year from now. Who knows?
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The old saying, it's like, what's the greatest song ever written? It's like, Stairway to Heaven, Imagine, and whatever I wrote this morning.
Right. Right. So before we go, is there anything I missed? What do you guys have planned besides the September shows or August shows or whatever? You doing any other one-offs, or are you just prepping for that?
We're probably going to do some stuff. Dan hurt his arm. He got in a car accident a couple of years ago.
My hand, yeah. And I've been great. This was 3 years ago. They did an amazing job putting my hand back together, and I've been doing great ever since. But just recently, the hardware, the pins and screws in my hand, is starting to bother me a little bit, so I might need to have that removed. But they're saying I might not only be out for maybe a couple of weeks.
So we're going to figure that out. Like we've had a lot of offers for stuff, but we just need to see when that's going to be. And then we'll figure that out. And then tomorrow we're going to do something massive that like massive that we can't even say much more than that, but it's a TV show and it has, 2 Academy Award winning people and it's for a big streaming network and we're performing in it. And, but I can't say much more than that.
But people can watch it on your socials and watch for news, right?
We're not allowed to even post it on the socials yet.
Really?
Not yet. But when we announce, they can stay posted when we announce it.
So with that being said, tell us where we can find you or where fans can find you if they want to get in touch with you.
Don'tbelievinghosts.com is the one-stop shop that shows everything. But let's see, Twitter is DBI Ghosts. Don't Believe in Ghosts, no spaces, is our Instagram. And TikTok, maybe. Yeah.
If you go to Google and you search Don't Believe in Ghosts,
there's not too many of them, right? Yeah.
You'll find everything.
There's too many social media outlets now. I can't keep up with them. I'm supposed to be trying to keep up with them for the podcast, and there's no way.
We're also on all streaming services as well.
Yeah.
So
All right, cool. Excellent.
You guys are definitely the first ones to have a TikTok account. So
yeah,
we're still kind of becoming a little more active as we go. But
what time of day is it over there for you?
For me, it's actually 20 past 7 p.m. It's still light as fuck outside, as you can see, because we're nearing midsummer. So it's probably going to get dark around 9, later than 9:10 tonight.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
That's so great. Do you get to see the Northern Lights up there?
No, I'm here in Espoo, Helsinki, near the capital. So at the South Sea. And he was the Northern Lights are more northern, so you want to go to Lapland to see those. But when I lived in central Finland, there were a couple of winters that were cold enough that you could see them there.
That's awesome.
Cool. Definitely in my life. It is a magical experience, boys. So come on over and
Yeah. It's always been my dream just to perform overseas. So anywhere overseas would be amazing. But now we got another reason. So
it's definitely on my list too. My things were to see a solar eclipse, which I did see, a full solar eclipse, which was awesome a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And then of course to see a rocket launch with astronauts on it, which I just recently saw too, which was amazing. The SpaceX just marching over me. So dope. Yeah. And Northern Lights are on that list. Brutal, fucking honest. And delicious.
Right? Awesome. I appreciate you taking the time. Good luck and stay safe,
guys.
Hopefully we'll catch you somewhere along the way.
I hope
Absolutely.
so. I hope
right.
so. Thank you guys
so
much.
Take
Have
care.
a great day.
Later.